So, would you like to know what is the best city to live in 2022? Best city to live in 2022 in North Carolina. Which one? Is it Charlotte, Raleigh, Durham, Greensboro, Winston-Salem, Fayetteville? Should I do the drum roll? It's not a shock. It's a no-brainer. It's Raleigh. Raleigh, North Carolina. Straight up. And I'm not shocked. You know what I'm saying? Diversity, 5 out of 10, of course. You know, the city is 59% white and 25% black. Affordability, 7 out of 10. Charlotte is actually cheaper than Raleigh. You know, job market, 8 out of 10. Apple is bringing 3,000 new jobs to that area. You know, safety, 9 out of 10. No brainer. You know, it's cop city. I'm not gonna lie. You know, it's cops everywhere. It is a very safe city to live in. I'm not going to even lie. Wellness, 7 out of 10. You know, the highlights is North Carolina State football games, the Carolina Hurricanes, the professional hockey team, and the North Carolina Museum of Art. You know, I used to stay in Raleigh, North Carolina. And it's crazy because, like, when I have these conversations about North Carolina, period, you know, it really bugs me out because I'm not used to this new North Carolina. This new North Carolina is totally the opposite of what, you know, I've known North Carolina to be. You know, when I first moved to Charlotte, they just had opened up the Links, you know, rail system. I'm talking about, like, it stopped at Uptown and went all the way on the other side to 485 going towards Pineville. And that was it. It didn't go into, you know, University City. Well, we call it the University area at the time. University City, and the last stop, you know, of course, it didn't go to UNC Charlotte. You know, at the time, right off of South Boulevard, is it South Boulevard? Yeah, I think it's, yeah, South Boulevard. They had the drive-in movie theater. You know, they had Eastland Mall was still up. You know, a lot of stuff was still, you know what I'm saying, here. You know, gentrification and them building and all that stuff, that wasn't even, you know, no one was building anything. They were like building here and there, you know, in Uptown. I think, they were starting to build Ramir Park in that area. South Boulevard, right where, well, close to, you know, going towards Uptown, you know, with Dowd, YMCA and all of that stuff. They didn't have any apartments, none of that stuff that they have now. You know what I'm saying? Excuse me, I'm sorry. None of that stuff that they had now. You know, South End was just, we didn't even call it South End. There was no point of calling it South End because it wasn't nothing down there. The only thing that was down there was that chicken coop, you know, you can get all the chicken and stuff like that. That's about it. I used to go to South End, and I'm making a point, hear me out. I used to go to South End, what we call South End now, but I used to go down South Boulevard because there wasn't nothing down there. Because the Healthy Home Market was there, you know, right where the Harris Teeter's at, you know, right across the street from McDonald's, South Boulevard. I used to go to Healthy Home Market. Healthy Home Market was just like Whole's Food, but it was a lot more better. You know what I'm saying? It was like a family ran business. You understand? And I think they had like about 3 or 4 or 5 in the area. You know, in Charlotte, Huntersville, Matthews. You know, but anyway, I used to go to Healthy Home Market, and then they used to have like a vegetarian spot. Right, like, so when you cross the tracks over going into to like South End. And then you have, what's that place? Shake Shack and all of that stuff. And that Korean bar. And then you have Jenny's, the ice cream. So right across the street, right where the railroad tracks are, right in that corner, it's a bar right there. It used to be like a vegan spot. I used to go out there and, you know, chill. And it was laid back. Like Charlotte used to be mad chill, man. It was really like a hippie town, and it was mad chill. But now it's just like straight corporate. Like, anyway, so yeah, I used to live in Charlotte, and then I moved from Charlotte in Atlanta, and then I came back. When I came back, I was like, wow, this is crazy. So people have been telling me about Raleigh, the Raleigh-Durham area. I haven't been back in the Raleigh-Durham area like, well, they call it the triad, the triangle. You know what I'm saying? Wow, man, it's been some years, man. It's been a long time. Like, the last time I went back, like, I got my license revoked, so I had to pay all my fees and all that stuff. I had I ain't trying to tell my business and like that. I got my license now. I've had my license, for about 7 years now. But, back in the days, I got my, I was driving and just acting a fool, got my license taken or whatever. So I had to pay tickets in Greensboro. These are the places I lived at. Greensboro, Raleigh, and Durham. So that was like, wow, that had to be about 10 years ago. You understand? And then like 10 years ago, I had went to the not uptown, but downtown area in Raleigh, and I was like, okay, they look like they doing a little something around here. You know what I'm saying? They had put the WRAL News Center like right across the street from the courthouse, and it was like a street leading to the convention center. They were just doing all of that stuff, right? So I'm like, you know what? It looks like Raleigh is about, be on some next level stuff. You know what I'm saying? So when I'm hearing about all of this stuff that's going on now, and like, I'm like, all right, maybe I need to take a visit down there. And when I go down there, I'm definitely going to bring the camera down there so you all can see, Raleigh and what it has to offer. I'm not going to deny everything that they're saying, as far as the job market, I used to hustle down there, not like drugs and nothing like that, but I'm saying like hustle, like bootleg movies. I was bootlegging, CDs and all that stuff. But for the most part, I never, like prior to that, I never had a problem with getting any jobs, in the Durham and Raleigh area. They have like the Research Triangle Park that's like kind of like in the middle of Durham. Well, it's actually in Durham, but it trickles over a little bit into like, I'm not gonna say Raleigh, but it's kind of like in the middle of the two. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, as far as getting a job down there, that's nothing. It's nothing to get a job down there. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, as far as safety wise, I've never felt like I was in danger in anything. You know what I'm saying? I've always like, drove and did things wherever I wanted to do, and it's not a city where when you go down this corner right here and this is a gang or this or that. It's nothing like that. You understand? The only thing that I would say as a gang is RPD, Raleigh Police Department. You know what I'm saying? But for the most part, it is what they say it is. You know what I'm saying? Charlotte is more of a liberal city, Charlotte is more of a do what thou wilt. Aleister Crowley, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you can do whatever here, Raleigh is more structured. It's a conservative city. It's the capital city. They have a reputation. You know what I'm saying? They have an image to uphold. So whatever type of mess that's going on, they stomp it out. You know what I'm saying? Schools are magnificent. Cary is like the suburbs of Raleigh. So if you really don't want to live in Raleigh, you can live out in Cary. And I mean, there's no violence out there. None. If you want to look like be a little urban, a little rough and stuff like that, I mean, Durham is right down the street. But for the most part, man, yeah, Raleigh is a pretty good city, man. You know what I'm saying? And being that I haven't been there in so many years, and I've actually gone on YouTube and Google, pictures, images, and looked at other people's videos and stuff like that. I'm like, oh wow, they did this and they did that, and da. I can see, it being the #1 city to live in. Would I ever move back to Raleigh? No. It has to be, if people are religious, God would have to come down and say, this is the #1 city to live in the world. Then I'd probably say, God, I don't know. I don't know, God. I guess I got to take your word for it. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, There's no denying it. I would agree, based on everything, you know what I'm saying? But for the most part, let me be real, man. Like it is a white city. It's a white city, man. Straight up. I mean, the percentages of, the demographics as far as dealing with, Charlotte is kind of different. Charlotte is I think it's 40% white and 35% black. It's kind of half and half here. But in Raleigh, it's double the whites and they doubling up, you know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? And you feel it. You can feel it. You know what I'm saying? The positive and the negative side of it being more of a Caucasian city. And I'm not being racist at all. This is just the truth. Everybody knows that. People in Raleigh know that. You know what I'm saying? People that live in Raleigh know that. And they accept it. You know what I'm saying? You got to accept it. But for me, man, the reason why I left, it wasn't diverse enough for me. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't enough black people. And the city didn't cater to me, in my opinion, enough to minorities. You know what I'm saying? If you are a Caucasian, oh man, it's beautiful. It's wonderful. There's so many things to do. But let's just be real. There's a culture difference between African Americans and Caucasians. You know what I'm saying? And the culture difference is, there are some things that we like to do, that we're entertained by, while it's other things that we're not. So that's really part of the reason why I left. And there was no diversity in culture. What I mean by that is outside of entertainment. I'm talking about culture far as, there was no Caribbean Day. You understand what I'm saying? There was no Hispanic Day. It was just straight. I don't want to say that it was dry, but that's just what it is. It's like Greek Day or Greek such and such in Rome. And come on, that's not me. It's not me. You know what I mean? And you know how some people say, well, in Rome, you do what the Romans do. Oh, nah, I don't want to do that. I'm not a pederast. But that's another story. Yeah, I took a shot at them. The Greeks and the Romans were bad. Yep, shot, pop. Exactly. But straight up, to be real with you, that is a city that you might want to check out. If you plan on moving to North Carolina, I would recommend it, especially for Caucasian people. You know what I'm saying? But black people as well. If that's your fit, then hey, more power to you. Like I said before, the highlights of the city is, the safetiness of the city, the neighborhoods. They're gonna be good, clean, wholesome neighborhoods. It's a family-friendly city. They're gonna be jobs down there. That's a fact. The metropolitan area, as a whole, including, the Raleigh, Durham, Chapel Hill, all globbed in together is the biggest out of the whole state. You understand? Bigger than Mecklenburg County. Wake County is the biggest. You know what I'm saying? Well, Durham, you wouldn't include Durham, because Durham would be Durham County. But you get what I'm saying. Wake County is the biggest out of the whole state. You know what I'm saying? So I can see how someone would like to, would like that city, based on the things that I've said, and read, yeah, who wouldn't want that if you're raising, a child, and the public school system is great down, I can't say down here. Well, yeah, really down here in Charlotte. The school system is just that. You know what I'm saying? I mean, my children don't go to a public school. You know what I'm saying? We homeschool our children. You know what I mean? But for the most part, man, I can see how a person can like, the Raleigh, Durham, Chapel Hill area. Besides like it not being as diverse as I wanted to be transportation wise, oh man, they don't have any type of light rail, any train system. They don't have any of that. You know what I'm saying? It's either the bus or the car. And they have this thing called, what is it? RTA or something like that. I don't know what it's called, but it's something. It's a bus line that connects you to Raleigh, Durham, and Chapel Hill. You know what I'm saying? And the buses stop in, like, matter of fact, they go to Raleigh, they go to the airport, they go to Chapel Hill, and they go to Raleigh, downtown Raleigh. They go to the airport, downtown Chapel Hill, if I'm not mistaken, or Franklin Avenue, if I'm not mistaken, and then they go to downtown Durham. You know what I'm saying? They may go to make more places than that, but I know when I was down there, those are the places that they went to. So, you know, that's really, like, transportation wise, you're not going to be able to get around if you don't have a car. It's just that plain and simple. If you have a car, you know, it's easy to maneuver and get from one city to the next. And the good thing about that area is that each city is different. Like when you go to Durham has its own vibe. You know, it's more urban, more cultural. It's more diverse, straight up. You know, of course, because there's more, you know, of a population of minorities that's there. You know, I would look at Durham as being more of a black city, or more of a minor, how can I say it? More of a minority city. The minorities are the majority in Durham, and the majority in Raleigh are the majorities. And Chapel Hill is small, you know what I'm saying? So you wouldn't even think of moving to Chapel Hill unless they had like their houses like were really pretty cheap, you know what I'm saying? But other than that, Chapel Hill is like really a college city, you know what I'm saying? It's a college town. Once UNC, University of North Carolina, shuts down, it's a wrap. You understand? And then also, if you're older, you might not want to live in that area because, of course, you know, college kids, you know, they drinking, they doing this and doing that. And then if they, God forbid, for the sake of the conversation, if UNC, if they win a football tournament or something like that, or the Final Four or something, oh, the kids, you know, the college kids, they going ape, you know what? Trying not to curse. They turning over cars, bonfires in the middle of the street, all of that. You don't want to be in the midst of that. You know what I'm saying? So I would recommend I would recommend Raleigh. And then, you know, if you're more, you know, urban, you know, you want a little culture, a lot more culture, diversity in culture, I would recommend Durham. You know, Charlotte, if you're coming from the big cities, you know, and you don't want that slow-paced life, you want it kind of like fast and slow, and you want it to be like more of a liberal city. You know, we got, you know, the Pride, you know, they shut it down in Uptown, the Pride parades and all of that stuff. If you just want it to be out and open, like, you can do whatever you want to do, but you got to understand it comes with consequences with that. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a lot of, you know, there's more violence here than those other cities. You see what I'm saying? Well, I'll say really in Raleigh. Durham is just lit. I ain't go there, but anyway, you know, you would pick Charlotte. You know, but yeah, man, that's about it. That's all I got to say about that. You know, the best city to live in 2022 right now is Raleigh, North Carolina. Other than that, my name is Langston 2092. I want you to like, comment, subscribe, definitely share this video. Peace.